The Sinking City. Aflevering 1. Like het als je het op YouTube kijkt. Here we go. Ik hoop echt dat dit een zieke game gaat worden. Want het is van dezelfde maak volgens mij als Call of Cthulhu. Zelfde stijl een beetje en dat vond ik zo'n zieke game. Het ziet er wel mooi uit. Oh, we zitten onder water of zo. Oh, dat was een droom. Hé, dat is mijn tas. Dit is mijn tas. Die hij op zijn rug heeft. Die heb ik ook. Coil springs en shell cases. Dear Mr. Charles Reed, as you request of research outburst of zero. Johannes van der Berg. Dat klinkt wel Nederlands, moet ik zeggen. Press options to activate for more information. Folding camera. Waarom kunnen we die gun niet oppakken? Dat is gek.
Never trust a tourist advertisement. Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Waarom staat daar een dingetje op? Zie je dat? Wow, we hebben een bel. Photo of trophy plate. Wow, wie is deze creep?
Take your belongings off my ship first. Take your belongings off my ship first.
Tja, Supreme of wat?
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Oh, we moeten eerst alles meenemen of wat? Oh. Oh! Key evidence collected.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Oh, kijk. Zo, deze game is wel mooi.
Now get out.
Sorry.
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes van der Berg, at your service. I did
Hij is van die
promise to
brief.
meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me your Highness. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
What's the deal with this city? Nice suit.
That's an eye-catching suit.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. A mere flood is no excuse for one to abandon one's style.
I take it you're a big fan of yellow.
Well, I have a particular weakness for it. Call it a personal quirk.
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach.
Ik
But
hou echt
you
van
may
games met een nice storyline, jongen. Wat
I'm
echt net zo
sure
is
the
alsof je
tides
gewoon
of
een
fate
Netflix
would have brought you
serie
here
of
one
film
way
aan het
or
kijken bent.
another.
Dat vind ik het chillst.
Tell me about this flood.
Dus ik hoop
It
echt dat het zo'n
began
soort
6
game
months
is.
ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
Oh, die kaart heb ik denk ik ook.
Other places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper, places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular. Its ways
Vraag me af
mysterious.
hoeveel uur gameplay in
No one
deze
will
game
take
zou
you by the
zitten.
hand,
Volgens mij behoorlijk
you
wat.
better know where to turn in
Als ik het
search
zo maar
of
hoor wat er allemaal in zit.
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No, no. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Map, press for more information. Dit is de kaart. Oh shoot. Zo, dit is echt een hele grote map, man. Wat zijn deze? Oakmont Cityport. Wow, er komt volgens mij echt veel wow! Er zitten gewoon gekke monsters in dit spel. Ja, dat is
We'll
echt-
meet again, Mr. Reed.
dus je kan echt veel in dit spel doen, hè? Zagen jullie net al die vette pics? Daarom stond er ook, vergeet niet te herladen en zo. Toen we de game opstarten. Ik wil niks missen. Als ik iets mis, let me know, oké, chat? Oh. Wow. And before I die. Ik wil hier naartoe. Denk ik. Ja. Ik zit nul te twijfelen waar ik naartoe moet. Zullen we eerst naar deze kant gaan? Dania lifeboat. Oh.
Where's your Oberon, huh, Titania?
I hope someone finds this. My name is Albert Throckmorton. Holy shit. And this is my will. I want to warn you, don't get to the depths below Oakmont. There's unreadable. We should have done that. Whoa.
Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it?
Kan je niet meenemen? Huh?
You like it here, newcomer? Well, get used to it. No one leaves Oakmont nowadays.
Klinkt alsof we doodgaan of zo.
Can't catch a mackerel since those Innsmouthers took over the fishing business.
Wel een vrouw van vele woorden moet ik zeggen. Kijk, hier moeten we naartoe.
I don't care about your petty excuses. No
Oh,
one leaves
whoa.
the port until my son is found, and that is final.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
Hij lijkt op een aap.
But not interested. Go away.
Hij
My
is een
name's
aap.
Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator. Just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
What happened to your son? What do you know about the visions your future?
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. But he even tried to bite him.
Is het echt een aap of heeft hij gewoon een lelijke kop?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers, mark my words.
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing,
Oh,
and no one in this
zoon is vermist.
Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damned city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells, they are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
Please forgive the question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to the Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through our veins. My father united with a certain royal family, which has blessed all our offspring with these exquisite features.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you
Is hij de gast van dat briefje van net?
Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera, you have a point, newcomer.
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you.
Volgens mij gaat deze game echt zo ziek worden.
I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to the house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Where's the house where this all happened?
For K's
We
sake,
hebben wel
I
een lady
thought
guy.
you were a private eye. Was standing right in front of it.
You mentioned a lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
Dat ga je nooit onthouden. Ik
As
mag
much
hopen
as
dat het
I'm
op de kaart
enjoying
staat.
the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Press new mind pass clue en een mind pass clue.
Mr. Throgmorton, I found this in the
Oh.
lifeboat.
Ja, we hebben dat briefje al gevonden. Dat is dus van zijn zoon. Ik dacht al, ik herkende de naam. Zie je? Maar dat was dus van zijn zoon.
If only I hadn't sent you on that cursed expedition.
Bye.
I gave you clear instructions, did I not?
Oh, hij heeft wel een zekere gun.
I've said everything I know.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer. And keep your hands where I can see them.
Kijk, of ik nog een Jumbo-cent heb. Gadver, waarom ligt er allemaal visie op de houden?
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
Hoe snel om daar een fotootje van te maken?
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, private eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me
Wij
to
zijn
find
dus een
his son.
detective, hè, chat?
Oh, okay. What do you want?
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis. We were here. This is our house. Barry was outside on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We at the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and... okay, my head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing. Just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me...
That sounds familiar. Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was add or starve.
Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. Kay be with him.
Paul on the floor.
Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything, and I have no idea what Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
Do you know how Paul died?
Oh, Paul's dood.
Don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. Kay have mercy on his soul.
Who is this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. Kay is our Lord, our light, our love.
Sorry.
Een soort van god of zo?
I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth.
Ik ben echt zo hyped voor deze game. Ik weet gewoon dat er zoveel zieke shit gaat gebeuren in deze game. Dat ik ben echt super benieuwd gewoon. Wat er allemaal gaat gebeuren.
The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Ja, iemand is door het raam naar buiten gaan, maar ik wil heel even kijken. Want er is hier nog een kamer, voordat we iets vergeten. Moet ik zeker weten dat hier niks is. Kijk, want hier is dus een boek.
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for. The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
Dit soort games moet je echt altijd alles wel checken. Show gunpowder.
Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed. Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
Ben ik het niet helemaal mee eens, man. Oh.
Choo choo.
Wow, wat is met zijn gezicht gebeurd?
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Wow. Zien ze... Wow. Zien ze opeens vliegen of zo? Wat is dit? Wat gebeurt er, joh? Ik weet niet of het dood van als het helemaal vol zit. Oh shit.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Hoe is dat? Ik denk dat we moesten schieten.
5 cards short of a full house.
Wow, gek. Een zieke space, man.
So, that's what an Innsmouther looks like. Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much. Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work.
Ik weet niet of je dit kan openmaken. Oh.
Glenna, Negri, Glenna, geb heil, nu Glenna haften.
Allows you to understand events that happened in the past perspective. Oh, whoa.
Take this, ape face.
What's happening?